everybody, and welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pit Stain Hobbies. I'm just your host, Ian, today. I couldn't come up with a funny catch name, but we got pack 12, the final pack of the No Time to Die DB5, and I'm very excited to finish this car. I wanna have this beauty on display. That being said, I have heard a couple of people have had a couple of minor gripes with this. One related to the headlight pop-up or pop-down mechanism. I guess possibly not fully seating. I'm gonna really dive deep into that. There was another guy who asked me, can you run, the digital plate on the back and not the front, or the front and not the back? I don't think I have the bandwidth to test that theory right now. But another thing is, and I totally forgot what I was going to talk about. Let's see, headlights, and what else? Oh, yes. If you do not use the LED plates, there will be a tiny little slit in the front rear bumper for the ribbon cable to pass through from the LED number plate module. I may have a solution for that without trying to somehow get your hands on Goldfinger bumpers, which might be so different they might not even fit on this car. They probably didn't re-engineer the entire diecast body, but maybe the bumpers don't actually fit, or I would have tried to get Agora to send me some Goldfinger bumpers to test it out. Maybe I still will. But yeah, so we'll just have one of their internal people test it out and see if that works. So we're gonna get started on this. And in here, the first pack right on top is the last pack, is pack 100. We actually need this right now for the first stage of 93. Let's see here. Do we? No. Oh, no we don't. Hold on a second. We've already got, wait a second. Attaching the non-LED. Okay, take the rear number plate, light assembly, stage 89, and press it into the two upper holes. Inside from, so did I already do 93? I have no idea what's going on here. Well, there's something weird with the instructions, but I've already got the trunk installed. We did that last episode. We did not install the backing plate for the license plate. So I'm going to need that. Is that the circuit board? Hold on a second. Circuit board mount stage 92 with the inside of the boot lid. Okay, let me grab that and I'll be right back. All right, so we've got leftovers from stage 92 here, along with the circuit board that I just kind of like the cleaner look of the regular plate. Hey, pick up in the comments. When you're heading to the comments, go click on Agora's link below, and also my Amazon and Buy Me a Coffee links are down there. They should call it Buy Me a Beer. I don't drink coffee. It's ironic I signed up for Buy Me a Coffee when I'm not even a coffee drinker. Well, I know, right? Crazier things. Okay, so we're going to put our little LCD panel to the side. If someone breaks theirs and needs one in the US, hit me up. I'm there to help. Okay, so that's something. What do we need? We just need this little plate and probably a screw or two from it. So on our rear trunk, now I did this with I attached the rear trunk, so maybe that was a mistake on my part. I'm not 100% sure, but I need a microfiber towel. We need a towel here. I'm going to close the trunk, and I am going to flip the car over. I'm only using the orange towel to annoy my friend Todd. No, I was using the orange towel before, but he just hates taking photographs on an orange background. I mean, I don't blame the guy. He's in my opinion, a semi-pro photographer. I mean, he's a professional photographer compared to me. So we got these little holes. So we want it in this orientation, going into the back of the trunk somewhere here. Right there. And then we need part 100F. So that's going to be Let's not get blood all over the car, Ian. There we go. Careful. Stage 100. This is weird. We're opening stage 100 before anything else. I love a little when you shake it up a little, make things a little weird. Okay. And then in this, we probably have the paint damage stickers for the scraped up paint effect. We're doing a clean car here because this is my only DB5. If I had two of them, like if I had the Goldfinger and this, I would totally do this all damaged up. That would be my, oh, there's the roof for the ejection seat. Ah, look at that. Ooh, beautiful. This says rear. There we go. We got something here. Oh, look at that. We've got our salt spoon. What the hell is this thing? Oh, I think this is the scoop for the little mines. That's your mine scoop. Not to be used on ice cream cones. There's the mines. That's cool. And here is the static license plate that we need. And we got a couple little silver thingy bobbers for something. Let's just put this back in the box. Make sure we keep that safe. And these other stage 100 parts I'll just put over on the side workbench. So now we've got to get this installed to that. And for that, we're going to need a single PS14 screw, which we have right here. So I'm going to get that one screw right into that, so it goes through that hole. And then this plate is going to set into where these two silver pins are. Pretty simple. Do we want it low or high? We want... Pins are different sizes to ensure correct... Okay. So they can only go in one way, apparently. Yes. So that's the right way. And then we're going to put this over that and screw them together with a PS14. One moment, please. Alrighty. Well, we've got our little screw in there with our plate. And what we're going to take a look at here, there we go. Ew, greasy, dirty pit stain prints on there. Yuck. Ew, gross. Ugh. Okay. So we need a different... Son of a... 1 second, please. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Life happens. Adulting must be done from time to time. So I'm going to take some isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to really clean this well so that we have a good surface to stick on, because you don't want the oils from your fingers, contaminating that area. Actually, I'm gonna clean my fingertips as well with some of that isopropyl. Just like that, just to get as much off of there as possible, to reduce the chances of me screwing up as much as I can. We're gonna peel this beautiful little vinyl sticker off of there. And put it into place on the back. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. Okay, there we are. So that was just my Getter Grip glue. It's good for doing photo etch work. Doesn't dry super fast, but it's not crazy ex-girlfriend glue, which can be somewhat of a pain in the butt. Okay, so that's done. We got the number plate stuck on there. Well, the trunk's already installed because I just did everything in situ. And then let's see here. That's complete. And we got to work on the rear bumper now. So fun, fun, fun. Let's grab her by there, put her over there. There they are. Let me get back to my other camera here. There we are. Here's a rear bumper pack 93. And let's just notice, there we go. That piece was stuck up top. So I'm going to open it this way. It's so weird. So there's that rear bumper. Okay, so I think it's just the front bumper that has, it's just the front bumper that has the cutout in it for the LED ribbon cable to go through. Because the trunk back here actually has the cutout for it. But this plate actually covers it up. And honestly, this plate, maybe it's meant to, yeah, no, it's okay. It's not perfectly flush here. I mean, it doesn't sit flat. We could easily make a solution for that, or maybe it was just meant to be straight. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. But if it's not meant to be like straight like that, what we can do is use a little bit of special tape. So what we have, I mean, I have a roll of it and I have a sheet of it. It's this 3M 300 LSC. It's ultra thin double-sided tape, and it's extremely sticky. We can just put a couple squares of it on each end of that at the back side, and then put it in, and that would hold it in, probably even without the backing plate in the trunk, which could be a good solution if that bothers you, and I'll see if it bothers me. My OCD has weird triggers. Not everything triggers my OCD, just certain things. So we got the little bumper outriggers, or what do you call those again? I don't know. We got a couple little red lenses and some screws. What are we doing here? Okay, we're gonna shove the little red lenses into their holes. I should be able to handle this. A couple red lenses, my camera, and chrome. So there is oh God, you see that step in there? And there's a step on this part of flat spot. That goes towards the top. There we go. In like that. And then we put a PSO1 on the back. And the same thing with the other red lens. Give me one sec. Okay, we're going to take the bumper overriders. I was right, overriders. No, I said outriggers. I don't know. But one has the letters RL on the inside. Kind of hard to see on the camera, but you can see that L. So, and there's a little notch pointing down. So RL is going to go there. RR is going to go here. And then we're going to get two PSO1 screws in there and there. So just give me a sec, and I shall return. Alrighty. So that's done. Looks beautiful. Chrome's a very nice chrome finish on here. And that's simply going to poke in the back. There's only one place to put it. There's two holes back here. And then we got to get two PS20 screws in. It's hard to see, but one goes in there and one goes in there straight back. So I'm going to get those popped in there. Let me just, since we can't really see, I don't have a camera at that angle. And if I flip the car around, that's not my, what do you call it? Dexterity side. It's not my installing hand. So I'll just get this one started here. But yeah, they just go straight back, nice and easy. Yeah, I might as well just put the other screw in. Yeah, putting screws in live on camera. It's a waste of your time watching me do that. You know how to put in a screw? But sometimes necessity dictates. There we go. Okay, and we'll also get to see a live preview of what this looks like. Oh, Ian, don't break anything. Oh my gosh, this body's getting a little porky, a little heavy. There we go. And I'm going to wipe off all my dirty paw prints at a later point, because, you know, we're going to have to, like, sandwich the car together, and I'm going to be having my greasy, grubby hands all over this thing. So it's going to get a whole wiped down with alcohol at the end of the build anyway. So we're done there. Now we're doing the front bumper. Let's get 94 out here. Okay. Here we go. This is one of the magical moments I wanted to share with everybody on the video, because 94, I heard some complaints, and you know, they were valid, I guess. Yeah, no, they were definitely valid. Concerns, maybe complaints. I don't know. Depends. Tomato, complaint, concern. We have no idea. So when you use the static front license plate, you're going to have this little slit right here in the chrome. And honestly, can you see it from here? Barely. But it is there. Now, do we want an empty gap of daylight, or do we want something else? I'm going to try something else. If it goes wrong, I've ruined my front bumper, and you all know what not to do. So I'll be right back. I've got to prep some supplies, and we will have my proposed quasi-fix for this. Okay, one sec. Okay, and we're back. Here's our plan. We have UV tape. We have some Solarez thin, and we have our Solarez resonator flashlight. All these things should be in my Amazon tools and supplies list, link below. Just search Solarez or search UV, whatever. This is good stuff, and it has a very fine tip. So I took a tiny strip of this tape, and I covered over the slot in the bumper. Now what I'm going to do is I do have the very fine tip on my Solarez bottle, is I'm going to drip some of this in here and cure it with the UV light, which is not that difficult of a process. I've got my magnifying glasses on. And if you can't really put too much, you want to make sure it gets in there. So like swish it back and forth. Make sure this is warm. Put it in a little warm water before you do that. And then we're going to take the flashlight. We're going to hit the UV on the back. We're going to flip it over to the front, because UV goes through the UV tape. That's why you use the UV tape, so you can cure it from both sides. And we're just going to kind of rotate it around there. Give it a few seconds to calm down. It does create an exothermic reaction a little bit when it's curing. It gets a little hot. So just do it. Do it and, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Back and forth. 5 seconds here, 5 seconds there. And I'm going to just hit it for another maybe like 15 seconds or so. And I'll be right back. I'm going to peel the tape off on camera for you. And we'll see if we've got it filled. Then what we're going to do is, I'll tell you when we're going to do it. 1 second. Okay, everybody. We're going to peel off our UV tape. Don't cut your fingernails right before doing this. Oh, man. I keep my fingernails very trim because I see a lot of people with long fingernails for some reason, and I don't know, it just kind of grosses me out a little sometimes. A little weird. Let's polish this off. So now you can just barely see that we have, let's get a little flathead here. We've got a little, we can't get the screwdriver in there anymore. She's solid. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to mask off this little strip of clear. I'm going to mask it down with just regular Tamiya masking tape. And this is not the best solution. I've tested it already. It's not the perfect one. We might want to try to find another chrome pen at some point. But it'll be better than nothing, because right now we've got this clearly very clear thing, and we've got to deal with that. So 1 moment, please. Alrighty, so we're masked off, and I'm just going to hit it with a little wipe of the magic chrome pen. Like I said, this is not a really perfect match here. Can we not get chrome paint right there? There we go. Okay, we got a little chrome paint there. I'm going to put a little on the back just in case that helps. Okay, so now we just got to let that dry and then see what we get. So just let me give that a minute or so, well, a couple minutes in front of the heater, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I think this thing has been drying long enough. I asked the wife for a paint dryer for Christmas, which is actually just a food dehydrator, because it was bigger than the hobby specific, and I can also double purpose it and dehydrate my hot peppers that I grow. And we're peeling off this tape, and like I said, it's not going to be a perfect match, far from it, but let's wipe the bumper down a little bit here. Okay, I got masking tape stuck everywhere. I got to find a better chrome paint, but for now, it's better than nothing. The slot is filled. I don't know if it's more or less conspicuous than it was before, being just open, you know, to like whatever color was behind it. But yeah, it's not bad. And at least the bumper is solid now. So we're good there. So that's good. We're going to put the overriders on. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to have FR and FL. Here's FR. That should go right in there. There we go. And then FL, and obviously its little home there. And then we're going to get a couple PSO1 screws in the back. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, those overriders are on. They're nice. They do wiggle a tiny bit, so you might want to align them. And make sure your screws are tightened fully. Like, you got to crank on them a little bit. There we go. And they don't wobble if you do that. And we're going to take part 100E from stage 100, and we're going to put it onto the front bumper, like so. And a single PS05 screw goes in that middle hole. God, this chrome is hard to film. I'll be right back. Okay, that's screwed on, and I've wiped it down with IPA, and we're going to take our front license plate decal. I'm going to very carefully okay, there we go. There we are. Let's get her squeegee down. Boom. There we go. Bob's your uncle. Okay. And then there's only 2 holes that this front bumper can fit into in the front. And we need 2 more PS20 screws. Are these PS20s? Yes, they are. This is PS20. Yeah, we got a leftover PS20 we can use. Okay. And we're gonna get that fella put in there. Is this the, yeah, that's the PH1 screwdriver. And these 2 holes are right in the front here. Very self-explanatory. Just follow the instructions. Pretty easy. And then, let's see here. There we go. Get this fella in here. Okay. Very nice. That's tight. We're going to take our LCD components, put those off to the side, and let's see what we've got. Oh yeah. Ooh, baby. That's one pretty front end. The DB5 is just such a gorgeous vehicle. Oh boy. One of my favorites. Clearly, the reason I'm building it. All right. And let's see, what's next? Okay, I'm going to skip over the LCD panel instructions, which are like 3, 4, 5 pages. Okay. Next, stage 95, building the right headlight and minigun. Okay. Let's get 95 out. This will be a long video, everyone. If you want to pause, go get yourself a little snack from the kitchen and the frosty beverage. That might be a good idea. Here we go. This is like a good pausing point, right? Come on. Okay, I'm just going to cut it right above the staples. There we go. Now, take the staples out. Come on, staples! Oh, that was easy. Pun intended. Anyone who's on the other side of the pond, I don't know if you had that ad campaign or even have staples in other countries. Maybe Canada does. I don't know. Lots of little bits. Holy moly. All right. We're gonna... Interesting. Oh, so we've got the little headlamp. Oh, there's a bunch of little lenses in here. Why is this not focused? Oh, it's focused on the camera. Is that better? Oh, there we go. I think it fixed itself. The Sony camera was much better when it was brand new. It seems to be like getting senile in its old age, which is only, what, I mean, a year and change old. Where did I get this? Last Christmas? Birthday before that? Christmas before? I don't remember. And we're going to put this lens into the headlamp assembly, but I think there's a rhyme or reason. Okay, there is a small tab which goes into a recess. Required. These are my 3-power magnifying eye goggles. Okay, so there's that little recess right there, and there's a little tab right here. And no crazy glue, please, no crazy glue. Just snap it into place. It's very tight press fit. It's good. It's not going anywhere. That way the pattern of the lights is correct. And then we're going to insert this. There's a hole in there, and there's a peg here. We're going to put those together just so. And I'm sure we're getting a tiny little screw in there. PS21 screw is going to go in that hole. One moment, please. Alrighty. So that's screwed in there. We're going to take our LED, shove it in the back of the headlight bucket. I'd say push in on the lens while you're pushing in on the LED. And that is a good tight press fit. That's nice. That's perfect. Okay, so no glue or anything needed there. Perfect. And then the minigun, we're going to take the base. It's got a little notch in there. And then the barrels, there's like a shinier part and a flatter part. It's very subtle, but I'm going to put the flatter colored at the front, because that looks more like gun barrel than that finish. To me. Same thing with this tip up here. It's got a notch. It's only going to go in one way. And then this will get a screw to hold it together, so we don't have to glue anything. We're going to put, oh God, one of these tiny PS21 screws in. So a tiny little PS21 right in the middle there. Give me one sec. I got to get the really extra small screwdriver out for this. One moment. Alrighty. Well, we got that put together. Looks rather nice. Now we're going to take our we get 6 of these little fiber optic rods, and we're going to shove them in the holes. And they really just kind of flop right in there. They're telling you to, like, if they're tight, you can press them down on the tabletop, but this stuff will snap. So this one's a little tight, but it went in. I'm going to get the other 4 in, and I'll be right back. Alrighty then. So I've got an LED on a button cell battery here so we can see the fiber optics that will pass through the light for the Gatling guns. That's cool. Miniguns. Look at that. Well, they'll be rotating around the lights. So either way, we've got that. That's done. What's next? Some of these just like slid right in real easy. Some one or two I had to work on pretty hard. Now we've got careful, Ian. Don't mess up the body. We've got to take this housing here, and so there's a tiny tab at the top and a larger tab at the bottom. The tiny tab goes in, and okay, I'm turning the car around. Hold on, one moment, please. There we go. I'm working on the far side of the car. Dark side of the moon, I don't know. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's a little more professional, Ian. And that will go on there. And one tiny DS41 screw has to go in this bottom hole here. So, in that. So let me get that in, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. So, we've got our bezel on there. Now, this piece, very specifically, on the back it has two little injection molding marks. So you want to have the flat side facing forward, and then put the lens in there. It's got a couple locating tabs. They're different sizes too, it seems. There we go. So that goes in there. And then then this, side view mirror. Oh, I think I broke that off a long time ago. I didn't bother gluing it back on yet. Unless it's on my workbench somewhere. I'll double check. But we're just gonna shove this into this hole. Is it in? Yeah, I ain't going anywhere else. Okay, press fit, perfect. I'm paranoid now. I know I snapped that off. I just want to make sure I have the mirror. Otherwise, I might have to make an emergency email and phone call to Agora support. 1 second, please. Okay, found my mirror. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is, it's okay. Nothing to see here, you looky-loos. We've got Stage 96 here with a whole bunch of mechanism. Whoo boy, because these headlights have to slide down and then the miniguns slide out and start doing their spinning death routine. Oh boy, okay. Let's slice this fella open. And we've got a whole bunch of parts. Let's just double check if we've got everything out of the baggie. Yes, we do. And I'm gonna very gingerly move this over a little bit, make a little space for all of our components. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, there's the most adorable little electric motor in there. Look at that cute little thing. I think that's what used to power my, like, BitChar G, you know, RCs back in the day. They were these, like, little tiny RC cars, like that big. And I think the motors were pretty much about that size. They moved pretty well. They got up and boogied. And we've got all sorts of stuff here. Oh boy. Okay. Now this looks intimidating, but it's pretty straightforward probably. So we're going to take this section right here, and we're going to take one of these. Now, see this long skinny slot? That faces down. This faces up. And these are a little tight of a fit. So let's just see here. This is what people were complaining about. I think. Ow! I just pinched my damn finger. Oh. Sorry about the scream of pain there. Let's see what we got here. It's a rather snug fit. Oh, it's in there. Okay. So that's in. All right. That's in there. Okay, good. And then we got to put one into this larger assembly. Do the other one the same way. And we're going to try not to snappy pinch our fingers this time. There we go. That one seemed to go easier. And click in, click out. So that's what's going to release and retract the minigun and the headlight assemblies, respectively, or whatever. Let's see here. Okay, we got to take something here. Okay, we got this this thing, and then this thing going to that. I'm so confused here. Let's see. Okay, so that goes just like that onto there. Then we get a PSO5 screw right in that hole. So give me a sec, be right back. Okay, so that's together, nice and easy. Now what we're gonna do is take this in this orientation. We're gonna take this fella and let's see here. Oh, yeah. So we're gonna take this guy like this, put it in the slot. It's got two studs and a slide there. And I'm just gonna lock it in because that's gonna make it easier to work on. Then we gotta take this little plate, put that over those two studs, and get a couple of PSO5 screws on there. So give me a sec, BRB. All right, so this contraption is together, and what this does is clicks in, locks it in, push, unlocks. And then there is a little hole there. I think there's gonna be a slide rod. Yeah, this rod probably goes back here, most likely, with the tension spring. And that's where I think I may modify things a bit. I'm not sure yet. Because I don't know if people were complaining it wasn't clicking down all the way or not clicking up all the way or something was going on, but we'll figure it out. So now we've got to put this onto this. It has a locating little slot right there. And then a PSO5 screw goes in that hole. So give me a sec. All right, that's on there. Focus. There we go. Chrome is such a pain in the butt. Okay, so now we are going to take this long rod here, and we have two springs in this little baggie, and we're going to take the longer of the two springs. I'm going to put that on this shaft here. This is for the minigun extension. And we are going to do exactly what I thought and shove it into that little hole in there. Put it down here and get a DSO2 screw in here. Okay, so now there we go. Okay, that's nice. So that's going to lock in our minigun. And what the hell is that? Okay, headlight. So we got to get this thing onto the assembly like so. Just like that. So that's going to go up and down. There's some resistance. Yes. Okay. We may have found one of our problems. It might just be tolerances from the powder coating or paint on the metal parts and or the chrome on the plastic. Everything adds a little bit. Okay, so the headlight is going to be down. The minigun's going to be back. So let's see here. Nope. Sorry, upside down. Let's see here. Let's see what we have. This is not the smoothest operation. There's a lot of friction here. Oh, come on, don't take that the wrong way. Get your minds out of the gutters, kids. Like, there's not a lot of friction, but if you put any other forces on that, there is some friction, and we can't really sand anything. Okay. I think what's required here is a little bit of lubrication, because we have all the clearance we need. It's just we have friction. The tolerances are fine, actually. The fit is fine. It's just a rough texture, and we need some schmoo, basically, on our shafts and slides. I'm a big advocate of schmoo. This might be the ticket right here. Okay, so we're gonna put that on there, and then we're gonna take the locking mechanism, and we are going to place it here. Let's see here. Let's lock her into place. Let's just hold it into place and pop it out. Okay. So that's fine, I think. So we're going to get 2 DSO2 screws in there and there. And I think we just need some lube, everybody. I think everybody will be fine with a tiny bit of schmoo. But that's just my initial guess. DSO2 screws coming up. Alrighty. So that's bolted on. And if we go and click it in, we can see it's there. And then we click it out, and it's just a little crunchy there. Everything fits. It's just there's just enough wiggle that it can catch on just the texture of the surface. So what we're going to do is take some of our multi-purpose silicone grease, which is in my Amazon shopping lists linked below. Just search for silicone. I'm going to put a little bit on the shaft here. Try to get a little on the back side. I'm going to put a little bit on the front face of this slide and on both sides of this slide. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to work the part up and down. Let's see if we're getting a little more schmoo probably on the back side here. That's fine. Maybe a little, yeah. Get the schmoo wherever we can. You're never going to see this schmoo, so schmoo away. Be generous with your schmoo. And let's see what we get. It's a lot smoother, just greasing up these slides. And the silicone is very a very resilient lubricant. And I think we need it more at the top than the bottom, because it seems like it's that last few millimeters of travel that's, you know, possibly causing the issue of the headlights not popping up all the way and filling the gap. Kind of, oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, that's my best guess at what the problem is, potentially. And now we're going to take our shorter spring and put it onto the rod there. And we have a little retention cap, and it's got a bigger hole and a smaller hole. Smaller hole, bigger hole. The bigger hole is going to go down, and we're going to put a DSO2 screw to hold that in to the shaft. So just give me a sec, I'll be right back. Alrighty. So what we're going to do is, obviously, we're going to lock our headlight in the down position, and then we are going to unlock our Gatling gun slide, minigun slide, whatever. Let's clear our throats a little, or else it's not a pit stain video. You know, I've probably lost about 3 subscribers over the years. Maybe 5, maybe 10, I don't know, over the throat clearing. But, you know, I gotta clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. Do. You got that big, there we go. Get that big hole right there. We're gonna shove this electric motor in there. And it is a fairly tight fit. What we're gonna do is take something non-destructive. Let's see here. Okay, we got one of these little plastic cuticle pushers. It's so cute, it's pink and white. Aw. And we're gonna shove that fella in there so the drive shaft pops out the front. And then we are going to put our Gatling gun onto that. There we go. Very nice. Minigun. Sorry for... I think even the military guys here will accept Gatling. But no, minigun, autocannon single barrel. But yeah. There we go. We got to put the LED into this hole. And the LED has a slot. There's a little slot in the top of this hole, like on the top of the shaft, where it'll let it shine up through here. But by the nature of LEDs, they're kind of directional. They want to shoot straight out. But since we're putting it in sideways, we're not going to get the straight out intensity light. And I'm sure they wanted to figure out a way to get it to point more straight out of the barrel. But because it's going in the side here, what I'm going to do is diffuse the LED, and I'm going to gently sand it with a high grit paper, or a sanding stick. I'm going to go with, let's see here. What should I do? Remove ridges. 1, 2. I'm just going to use one of these little Amazon sanding sponges. They're in the Amazon link below. And I'm just going to go around this LED. Go around the whole thing. Along with the tip. Don't forget the tip. Okay. That's number 2. Number 3 is smooth. And we could smooth a little. I just want it just cloudy. Because you're going to get a different light out of it when it's cloudy. So, here, I could do a little demo here. Where's my LED from before? There's my button cell battery. There's my little LED. And if I put it in here, you'll see, well, the camera blows it out. But in reality, there's very little light coming out of the sides of the LED versus when it's head on. The camera, unfortunately, still shows quite a bit of light out there, but it's nowhere near as intense. So if we go and we do the same thing, even if we don't do the whole thing, all right. So if you sand it ever so slightly, I had talked like a 400 plus grit, but every brand's grit is not the same as the other brand's grit. But if you sand a little, you get a lot more light out the sides of the bulb, which is exactly what's going to be shining into the Gatling barrel, which clearly this is too big to go into. So that's what we're doing. And then we're gonna shove this sanded LED into this very tight hole. There we go. That's not going anywhere. And we should get much better light out of our minigun barrels. So that's looking good. Yeah, that's a good press fit. Do they want us to even... Yeah, don't damage the wires. We put the LED in there. Okay, and we've got to install it now. Oh dear. Okay, that's going to be fun. All right, let's. Did we put the headlight lens on yet? I don't think. Did we? Were we supposed to? I think the lens is supposed to be on there. Let me see if I missed that part. Might have missed that part. Or it might just be missing. Oh, yeah. Got to install the headlight lens. So let me... God, this thing is complex. Okay. We're going to push the minigun in. Oh. See, that's not as bad. That one pops out pretty well. I don't think that needs any extra lube. This one definitely needed lube. We are going to push on our headlight lens. So let's do that. Let's make sure the inside of our headlight lens doesn't have any schmoo on it. Get a little alcohol on there. Perfect. Okay. And there's a couple little pins. Oh, okay. Oh man. That's a good snap fit. That's a really good snap fit. There we go. Got our headlight lens on there. Okay, let me scroll back down through the PDF. Here we go. I actually prefer the PDF to paper manuals. They're just so much easier to deal with. I can put them up on a big 27-inch computer screen and zoom them in. So that way I can see everything and not read all the words. Okay, so 96. Yeah, we're still on 96. We've got to install this thing into the car. Oh boy. Okay. Let me make sure we have something non-marring. Okay, so we're going to take this entire assembly. I think everything compressed. Now we've got 3 wires here we want to be conscious of, and we're probably going to have to fold this LED wire back pretty sharply. So let me get that over there. And then okay. Yep, it lines up on the posts. Man, you know, the instructions are intimidating looking, I'll be honest, but it's not that hard. It really isn't. And then we've got to get a DSO2 screw on this top. Hold on, let me try the other camera. See if we can adjust our view a little bit. Here we go. And right there. And let's go ahead and, come on. Can we zoom? Let's get on the camera. Okay. Bear with me. Something's wrong with my remote control. There we go. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, man. Urgh. Okay. So we're going to get a DSO2 screw right there. Another DSO2 screw right there. And then 2 DS28 screws here and here. And I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. We got our screws inserted there. Let me get this out of the way. So now I've schmooed everything. Even the little clicky mechanism at the bottom, I squirted some schmoo in there. And it's a little, you know, work the mechanism. And it goes down. And the minigun pops out. And it spins freely. And the minigun pops back in. And that pops up. And there's no bezel on this side yet. The bezel's on this side, which I should probably, there we go. We put a bezel here, but not here. So once we get a bezel on there in stage 97, which I'm just going to cheat and take that out now. Let's see what it looks like to see if the headlight is fully up, so to speak. Let's take a quick look. There we go. And let's down and then up. And yeah, I mean, I can go over here and I can push up on it. It really doesn't push. Yeah, it's good. I think the problem is lubrication. I really do. I think you just need to lube these little shafts a little bit for the headlights, and they work a lot easier. They're a little crunchy because of that locking mechanism at the bottom, but the rest of it is now very, very smooth. And when you lock it down, and like I said, I installed some schmoo in my lock. I'm going to cycle the system, you know, probably a few dozen more times. But yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. It should be really nice. So now, stages 97 and 98 are literally the mirror image of the previous two stages. I'm going to put a bezel over here. I'm going to build this whole sides, you know, mechanism and headlight and Gatling and minigun, whatever. And I'm going to do all that. So I'm just going to knock that out real quick because it's all redundant. Everything I've said for this side goes for this side. Same procedures. Schmoo, screws, plugs, wires, all the stuff. Same thing. Okay, I'll be back in a few. Okay, everybody, we've got the solution. All right, we've got it. For anyone having issues with your headlights not popping up and fully seating inside the bezels, which mine do, clearly, they are very nice, here's what you need to do. Now, I've previously gone over, when you're assembling these things, is to squirt schmoo, preferably this silicone grease. You can get it in the Amazon link to my Amazon, like, it's not a store, but it's just my shopping lists. And just search for silicone or grease. You'll find it. And you want to, and I have another one up there too. They're both the same. You want to lube all of the sliding mechanisms and all of the rods up here and in here, everything. You want to lube all the sliding stuff, okay? And then what you want to do is we'll move our towel here to protect our body. These mechanisms right here and here, you want to kind of push out on them and tweak them out until you're happy where your headlights are, okay? I had to push this side out a little more than this side, and it's quite good now. I mean, they go down, miniguns pop out, miniguns pop in, and they pop all the way up, and they fill. There's like no gaps. They're perfect. So a little bit of lubrication and a little bit, there's nothing wrong with the parts. There's nothing wrong with the model. It's just the way the diecast probably, you know, cooled off. They just needed to be tweaked a little bit out there. And this one seems actually a tiny bit loose. I'm going to get a screwdriver in here and push out on it and tighten it a little more. And there's another screw, like right here. Oh my God. Let's see. I'm trying to do this in an efficient manner. But screwdriver, and just make sure it's a little tricky to get the screwdriver in here. There we go. Yeah, it's still a little wobbly, but yeah, you wanna just tweak those until they're good, and they are really well fit into the housings. Like, even if I push out on them, they're just pushing out on these chrome bezels now. But look at that. They look great. So again, push out on the flat. Oh God, careful. Push out on these assemblies. You gotta bend them a little. I mean, you're kind of sort of bending them a tiny bit. But that plus all the grease on the slides makes all the difference. And then you have perfectly fitting headlights in your No Time to Die DB5. It's just my community service of helping everybody out. Because I have seen a few complaints. I've actually gotten private messages on my Pit Stain Hobbies Facebook page with people asking me about that. And this was my biggest concern, because these are externally visible at all times. And when people are looking at the model when it's done, or myself, to be like, why are the headlights not quite sitting properly? They will. Just a little bit of lube, a little bit of pressure, okay? PSA done, on to the next stage. Okay, stage 99, after the pro tips. I'm gonna put this up as a separate short, not a YouTube short, but just a separate kind of short video on the whole headlight situation. Because honestly, you don't have to watch this whole hour-plus long video just so you know how to get your headlights to look, perfect. Okay? Nothing wrong with the model again. It's just, you gotta just tweak it a little bit. So 99, we're building the remote control. This is not the first Agora remote control I've built, so I'm looking forward to it. But it's only like maybe the second remote control I've built from Agora. I know I had one for the Leopard 2A6. There might be one for something else. I'm not sure. I like having the remote. I mean, the aftermarket modders made a remote for the Fan Home DeLorean. That's nice. And I just hope more models come with remotes. So we got some screws. We got a couple little rods here. That's weird. We got a nice little control panel. These switches are not functional, but they're cool looking. No Time to Die. There we go. I have no time to film. It's the holiday season, and Ian's very busy. And we've got some button cell batteries we will need that are not included that I see. But yeah, okay. Well, let's get to building. Ah! Dropped it. Okay. So we're going to put this control panel on top of the buttons. A, B, C, and D. Oh, come on. Go in your home. Come on. There we go. And, yeah, that's fine. Like that. And then we're going to hook up the battery box to the circuit board for power. Power! Okay. We're going to... Okay, so now we're going to place this down on here. And we're going to put in 3 PS32 screws. There, and there. Okay, not there, not there, but there, and there. 1 second, please. Okay, so our 3 screws are in there, and now we're just going to go ahead and bolt this down without there we go. So we got to get 4 more PS32 screws on the corners here, and give me 1 sec. Okay, so that's screwed on. We've got 3 LR44 batteries in there, and we are going to snap in our battery cover. Okay. Okay, so our remote is ready. We'll put that there. And now, oh dear gosh. Okay. Now we've got to put some hood struts, I guess, or hood prop rods into there. So let me get those in. Let's see here. Oh boy. Yeah, these, okay. There's a little hole right here and a little saddle right there, and they're both the same, and we just need to put a DS29 screw in right there. So let me get those in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this camera is dying constantly, but we did get our hood strut little things. Don't over tighten these screws, just tighten them enough so that they'll sit down in their little holders, and that's all you really need, as far as I'm aware. Because if you lift the hood, you'll just lift these up and they'll probably sit in a couple little holes. But I need to go grab the hood, and son of a, just stay in there. Stay in your home. Let me go grab the hood. Oh, it's right over here. Here it is. We're going to start merging the body with the chassis. So we've got the hood, and there are a couple of receiving holes for those struts. Yes. And we got our 2 plastic pegs here, and they're going to go into the hood opening. Oh, this fits really good. This DB5 has some really good body lines. I gotta say, it's got some nice body lines. And we're gonna flip her over and get a couple of PS06 screws into the hood. And I'll show you where they're gonna be. Right there and there. I'm going to put some masking tape across the hood to hold it down, and we'll be right back with those screws in. 1 second. Everybody, besides clicking Agora's link below, hit the Buy Me a Coffee, because it's turning into Buy Me a Camera, because my Sony ZV-1 is fried, and that thing was like $800, I think. But either way, we've got our hood. I'm going to put my struts back down, put them in their little slots. Boom! Look at that. Like a glove. That fits beautifully. Look at that panel gap. That is so nice. Oh, yeah. Could go down a tiny bit there. But, yeah. Oh, that looks really nice. And it's diecast, so you can just give it a little flex. There we go. Perfect. Oh, so nice. Super leggera. Ooh, fancy. Okay, so we got that done. Close the bonnet, make sure the bonnet lock goes into the hole circled. I'm assuming it does. Yes, it does. It goes perfectly in there. So that's nicely aligned. Didn't really do anything special. Attaching the chassis and body. Oh my God. I don't think I have this in my stomach for tonight. So we're ready to put the body upside down and attach the chassis. OMG. That's gonna take a bit of work. I think I need a chicken parmesan sub before I tackle this. And I am probably, let me scroll through these instructions. Let's see what we got here. We got batteries and that and that and that and that. Okay, and there and there and there. A lot of screws. Lots of screws. Putting on the wheels. Putting in the mines. Assembling the chassis. Swapping out. It's along the slimline tire slashers. Oh, where are those? Slimline tire slashers. Are these the slimline tire slashers? Because I'm not seeing slimline tire slashers. Let me see. There's these. Okay. Oh, we're just taking a piece off of the big tire slasher and shoving it in to this little guy to make the little tire slashers. Okay. I like that better. A little slicker. And you got the decals that you can put on for the damage and all that fun stuff. The water slides, apparently. Oh, okay. All right. I need a chicken parmesan sub, and I'll be right back. And we will get this body on the chassis. See you in a second. Alrighty. So we're ready for, oh boy, chassis to body. I've put some painter's tape down on the hood, the bonnet and the boot, yes, and redone the ones on the doors. And we're gonna flip her over again. Oh my God. Okay. Not a big deal. We've got to get all of these wires, the front 3 wires, which I'm gonna pull this number tag, I think. Oh, it won't move. Okay. So these front 3 wires we have to put over the edge of the fenders. And in the back, we're not going to use this ribbon cable. So we'll just like kind of leave that in there somewhere. I probably should not have installed that because that is for the rear LED plate. But I, was covering it for the people who were. And we're going to take the rear wires and put them over here. I am going to tape them down real quick, and I will be right back. Okay, well, we have the chassis here. It's quite heavy, and we're supposed to insert it Where does she fit? I'm standing up. Okay, we're gonna go forward. Now this should feed into this front air scoop here, but we're not using the LED plates. So I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this just yet. Okay, but let's see here. Supposedly, so, there we go. Okay. She's down, Jim. Mostly. Okay. Got another little click. And we've got this little tab back here That's being a little pesky. Let's okay. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get a little wedge. There we go. Okay. And my door has opened. The door is ajar. I always wondered what the door is ajar meant when I was a kid. I'm like, what do you mean the door is ajar? The door is a door. Okay. Seems to be down. Now this ribbon cable is for the back LED license plate. We can just tuck that away. Otherwise you would connect them and then tuck them away. Okay, so we got, I see screw holes. I don't know why these things are even here. I'm so confused. These are still wobbly. Okay, this is the ribbon cable, obviously, that we should have shoved into the front, but we're going to just kind of forego that, fella. And then over here, we have ribbon cables. Here we go. We got 3 cables. Okay, so we've got cables. And this one should still be tucked in there. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way for everybody. But yeah. And let's get a plastic spudger here. There we go. Okay, good. And here, they're all coming out right there. Why doesn't... that one should be under that. Not this. This wire should be under this bracket. So I'll work on that. And then we got the one wire here. We got the wire here for this wire. We got 3 wires for those. This thing, I got to figure out what to do with it. I probably should have just disconnected it from the motherboard. But I wanted to show everybody how this was routed, because it goes through here and through the front bumper to the LED plate that we won't be using. Okay. But this was one of the easiest chassis to put on the body I think I've ever done. So let's scroll down. And we've got the body into place. Yeah, so it says push the end of the chassis with your thumbs. You know, so yeah, it's telling you to pry it into place here. That's fine. And now we are going to connect all the cables number to number. So we got 13, 14, etc. And I'm going to get those all plugged in, and we will test this beast out. I'll be right back. Okay, not really difficult. Honestly, this was the easiest chassis to body joining I've ever done on artwork. It was so simple. We're gonna put the back over here now. Back wheel's a little wobbly right now, but I'll figure that out. But yeah, we're gonna go inside. Sorry, tape. Flip the little switch back. We did put some AAA batteries in here. I left the cover off so you can see them. They go right there. Okay, and we're gonna not use the C is for the LED plates. So we use B, brake lights on and off, and then A turns on all the lights. So you can see the dash lights all right up. They're pretty damn cool. They look nice. Yeah, dash lights. Oh, it's so heavy. Look good. Brake lights are off. Ignore pulsing. It's the camera. Okay. Oh. Headlights are on. Again, ignore the pulsing. They're not pulsing. It is my camera. I don't know what is going on with it, but that's the camera. So B just makes the brake lights brighter or standardly lit. Then we're gonna push down the headlights and pop out the miniguns. Okay, and we'll pick up the front. This is about as high as you can get, and hit D. They spin violently fast, but they do light up with a nice orange hue, and they look good. And we're gonna ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. Again, I don't know why they're pulsing on camera. Whatever my frame rate is, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's that. So all the wiring works. Again, I did not test the LED license plates because they're just a little, I just like the cleaner look of the standard plates. So yeah, there's that. And we're gonna open our door back up and turn off our model. We'll squeeze that tape back down. Now what I've got to do is I've got to flip this fella upside down once again. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. Ugh. And I'm going to install a whole bunch of screws. Let's scroll down here. Well, I got to tuck my wires in. So I'm going to tuck in my wires in the back. And I've got to tuck some of these wires in here, I suppose. Tuck some of these wires down. And gets, let's see, a PSO5 back here. PSO5 back here. PSO5 right, yeah? Oh, PSO5 here. DSO2s down there. DSO2s up here. Right there on both sides. And then I'm going to put on the front wheels with DS12s. Okay. And we're going to put the roof ejection thing on there. Oh boy. Okay. And apparently my coolant bottle should have fallen out, but I don't think it did. And we'll load up some landmines in the trunk, and yeah. Okay, I'll be right back after a few screws. One sec. Okay, so we've got our DSO2 screws and DSO5 screws, just like the instructions say. And now we're going to install our front wheel. And let's get a, there we go. Just rotate it till it's flush, and then DS12 screw up here. Oh, tight. Keep tightening that down till it barely moves. And that's when it's tight. And you could loosen it a tiny bit. There we go. So we could just rotate the wheel a tiny bit. And then put on the magnetic hubcap. There is There's a little booger on this. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, a little bit of a booger on there. So we're gonna go ahead and get our magnifiers out. It's just some sprue, and we're gonna cut that flush. Here we go. And there we go. Magnetic hubcap. I'm going to do the other one. I'll be right back. Okay, so both the front wheels are on. They're fine. They're both good. Nice and snug. Now the back. Now we've got these giant tire slashers that are on here, and we're going to just rotate them out and pull them off. Okay. And then we're going to take a very fine-tipped flathead screwdriver after we put our magnifiers back on. And I am going to, no, there goes the hood. Hope I didn't scratch it. We're going to take the little piece out of the outside piece, and we're going to take this little bit from stage 100 and shove this onto this hole, and then shove this into the hole. Let's see here. Oh, they're actually a bit more stable now. Let's see here. Oh. Okay. There we go. So we've got our tire slashers, our low profile tire slashers in place. Everything is screwed down. Hoods are all bonnets and boots. And let me get these off because my spatial awareness is fairly low. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoo, baby. Okay, let's take that off of there. Did I bend something? Yes. Okay. Well, let's turn her around. There we go. All right, and we will take this off of the hood. And I did not have to remove my coolant expansion tank. And I am going to put my, injection panel hatch on. There we go. Oh my God. Let me push that back in. There we go. Oh, those are cool. Those are very cool. And let's flip our little switch, hit our A button. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so cool. Okay. And now what we've got to do is, I guess I'll put my battery cover on. Open up this little guy down here. And I'm going to shove my little road mines, for lack of a better term. I just dropped my damn Tamiya scissors. Oy vey. Okay. Oh. All right. Well, we know the ejection seat works, and I would not operate it with this panel in place. If you are going to operate your I got to work on this a little bit. I think I need to tweak the hinge a little bit, but it's fine. We're going to put our little flares, sorry, not flares, mines into there. And we can cover it, but I'm going to probably drop them right now. And how do I, let's see here. Hold on one moment. There is a lever. Is it on this side? Yes. And there are the mines. There they are. So that's cool. It'll drop the little road mines. And then we can just reload them. Why? Let's see here. There we go. I'll put the little mines back in the back. Pack in the Mac in the back of the ACK. Very cool. Oh, man. Oh. It's a beautiful vehicle. It is absolutely amazing. It's a bit much to try to showcase on my limited work area, but man, is that thing cool. So let's turn her off. There we go. There's a tiny bit right there. I'll figure that one out. And if I have an update on that, I will definitely give it to you. I feel like I did something slightly wrong. There's a slight amount of resistance. And it's probably just a piece that I didn't install correctly, 100%. But yeah, I mean, if you really want to see it, here we go. Where is... Oh, no. How do we eject? Oh, yeah, it's underneath. One moment, please. Let me scroll through the instructions for a second. And I'm still scrolling. Hold on. One moment. Okay, so there is... Let me just lift this up real quick. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, well, not 100% effective at ejecting the entire seat. Let's see here. Okay. Well, you can't win them all. It definitely gets the point across that I don't want you in here with me. Ah, there we go. Very nice. And just to go over the final aspects of this beautiful model. Look at that engine. Oh, man. That is so nice. And we've got this left over from stage 100. And I will just go through these real quick. Let's get a knife. There we go. Ah. So these would adorn the sides of your DB5. Both sides. So if you're doing the bullet-riddled windows, which I would do if I had the Goldfinger model as well, I would have done all the bullet shot windows, and I would have put all of these scrape marks on both sides. They look really good. This pink is just a carrier film. It comes off. But yeah, I mean, that would be really nice. And yeah, there we go. Well, thank you for joining me on the beautiful Agora Aston Martin DB5 build from No Time to Die. Oh, this car is really nice. It's really nice. Yeah. Little tire slashers. Oh, it's such a good looking model. I never want to do another wire wheel ever again if I can help it. I mean, I will, clearly, if it's required, but I don't think yeah, I don't think I want to do more wire wheels. I might, if there's a James Bond car that requires wire wheels, I'll do them. But yeah, either way, we're also building the Lotus Submarine from The Spy Who Loved Me, and we'll be building more of the cool James Bond cars. And yes, I will be crazy gluing on the mirror I broke off right there. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. We love you. We'll see you next time. Click the links below to Agora Models. Adios, everybody.